What is up, YouTube? Running Gun Sports Podcast back here with another video. Today we're going to be going over the Super Bowl review. The Buccaneers, Tom Brady wins his seventh Super Bowl. The Buccaneers win their second, defeating the Chiefs 31-9. Not a very entertaining Super Bowl, pretty much a blowout. Never would think that Mahomes would get blown out, but he did. The first time he gets been down by like double digits years. So that was crazy. But before we get down to this matchup, I'd like you to subscribe and turn on notifications. Like this video if you like this video. So yeah, start us off, Lewis.
So yeah, like you said, the Chiefs got down to a slow start. Obviously, everyone was waiting around for the Chiefs to make their multi-digit comeback. We saw them make a 24-0 comeback versus the Texans last year in the playoffs. We saw them make a 10-point comeback in the Super Bowl last year. I think everyone was kind of sitting around waiting for it to happen, but the Bucs defense dominated early on. It was just an absolute mismatch of defense, and the Chiefs had no answer for it. Mahomes, I had never seen Mahomes been on the ground and pressured that much ever in a game that I've seen Patrick Mahomes play, and he was on the ground a lot more, running out of the pocket, not voluntarily, because we'll see him run out of the pocket occasionally. Not, he doesn't have to necessarily, but these times he was just running all over the place,
Yeah.
and had at the end of the game he had 497 yards running away from Chiefs defenders rolling out of the
Yeah.
pocket and whatnot. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the Chiefs had a ton of penalties on Sunday, and I don't think it was bad calls by the referees. I did not really think those were bad calls or this game was rigged. I think Chiefs defense was just they were playing scared against Tom Brady and this Bucks offense, and there's multiple jumps off sides, pass interference calls. It was not a good day for the Chiefs defense. They were not playing very well. The offense didn't have as much penalties. Defense, wow, and they had a ton of penalties. It was hard.
11 penalties from the Chiefs on Sunday. Just hard for them to come back in a game when they have penalties right like that. Just the mental mistakes, and against the Bucks defense and a Bucks offense that are so strong, it was just nowhere near the type of matchup we had anticipated. We didn't expect the Chiefs to have 11 penalties, and Tyrann Mathieu, man, was like a non-factor in that game, other than the fact that he was got Tom Brady mad, and that we saw how that ended up for him. Tom Brady, 21 of 29, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the thing about Tom Brady that's just so incredible is him in the playoffs is just he's just a different breed. He's outperformed everyone he's played in the playoffs. 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, future Mahomes, Rodgers, and Drew Brees. The Chiefs, he was 21 of 29, 201 yards and 3 touchdowns. Packers, he was 20 of 36, 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Saints, he was 18 of 33, 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. And against the Washington football team, he was 22 of 40, 381 yards and 2 touchdowns. He just outperforms the other team's quarterback, and it's not by a blowout by any means. Those aren't like crazy stats, no 400 yards, 5 touchdown game, but he just subtly gets it done. His defense has been there throughout the entire postseason, and is why they're got so far, why they're able to beat the Chiefs team, and just
What's
great
that?
job by the Bucks defense there. The Chiefs unfortunately had a bad day, and tough to have it in the Super Bowl. Tyreek Hill, 7 catches for 71 yards. A lot of those did come in garbage time. Only had 2 catches in the first half.
Like you were saying, Mahomes just one of his worst performances ever. Really, he got off early and he just could not come back. He had no response to this Buccaneers defense. He was running for his life, like you said, 400 yards running away from the defense. Just really disappointing to see him struggle that much. He did against the Raiders, but in like week 6, but nothing like this.
Yeah, it was tough. It seemed like he was the only one out there trying. It's just tough to see a guy like that. He's a true competitor and a warrior. He's fighting to the last play. Some of those throws, the end, man. He's on his flo- going to the ground, and he's just
Yeah,
throwing a
that's
perfect
crazy.
spiral. It's just incredible, and he'll be back. I guarantee it. But the
Definitely.
Bucks just outplayed them. They definitely won that game. They dominated offense, defense, and how crazy it is that Tom Brady throws 2 of his 3 touchdown passes to Rob Gronkowski. That was just so
Yeah.
cool. really put a smile on my face. And the other third touchdown pass was to Antonio Brown, who wasn't. None of those guys were even on the team at the end of last season. So Tom Brady, in my opinion, greatest football player of all time after that win the other day, has more Super Bowl wins than any franchise.
Maybe
Just
the
incredible.
maybe the greatest sports player in history. If he wins another one, I think he will be.
Yeah, I agree. He's just so good, and playoff Tom Brady is just scary. And Tyrann Mathieu learned the hard way to not anger Brady in any way because Tom Brady went off on Sunday versus the Chiefs.
Yeah. So that's gonna conclude our video recap of the Super Bowl today. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow us on Instagram on and on TikTok at Running Gun Sports. Um, During the off season, each week we're going to be going over each team's recap of the 2020 season, and we're going to be talking about what they should do in the off season. Yeah, so make sure to turn on notifications and watch out for those videos. See ya.
Thanks.